Just making sure everybody's all set. Yep. Good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Christine Jeltema, CHRISTINEJELTEMA, Connecticut State Police. Today at approximately 11:15, the State Police received 911 calls regarding a significant motor vehicle accident on the Gold Star Bridge. That accident resulted in the fire. State and local police responded alongside numerous fire departments and the Fire Explosion Investigative Unit. Both sides of the highway were closed as a precautionary measure, and the northbound side has since reopened. The 95 southbound in this area will be closed for quite some time. As a result of the crash, the State Police Reconstruction Unit and the Commercial Motor Vehicle Unit responded to the scene to assist with the investigation. A complete comprehensive analysis of the scene is being conducted. There are several injuries sustained as a result of the accident. We know an off-duty first responder was on scene and rendered aid. That is all that I have at this time. Further information will be posted to our website. I will be followed by Governor Ned Lamont.
Well, thank you, Sergeant, and to all the police and first responders who came almost immediately. This was a tragic accident at 11:15 this morning, and it looks like a passenger vehicle tire blew out, created an incident with a tractor-trailer truck that went over, spilling about 2,200 gallons of fuel. Billowing smoke, incredible flames, pouring right down through the pipes, spilling out into the Thames River. And right now, what you have is the Department of Transportation doing a structural analysis of the southbound bridge in particular, making sure that we're not going to open it until it's absolutely safe. The intense wicked heat could potentially compromise the steel. We hope that's not the case. At the same time, we have the DEEP team, that's the environmental team, out there on the Thames River right now trying to contain the fuel oil that was spilling out into the river, going right through the pipes. The pipes were on fire as the fuel oil spilled through it. Right now it looks like, thank God, that fuel oil is contained as well, or the vast majority of it is going forward. Again, my heart goes out to the family of the truck driver who looks like he died in this accident. Looks like the folks in the automobile are not suffering life-threatening injuries at this point. And I want to give a big shout out again to the police, the first responders, the off-duty New London cop who was there to help out the folks stuck in the car, and the DEEP officials who are here almost immediately trying to contain what could have been even more tragic accident. With that, I'd like to introduce you to Garrett Eucalito, our head of DOT.
Good afternoon, I'm Garrett Eucalito, Commissioner of Connecticut Department of Transportation. So the I-95 southbound bridge is the largest bridge in the state of Connecticut. Built in 1973, carries around 60,000 vehicles per day. We most recently completed restoration and repair work in 2018. Our team has been on scene about 30 minutes after the incident. Once we have clearance from state police to get on top, we'll begin our work inspecting the top of the structure. We are already below the structure looking at the steel and the strength, any damage to the steel structure. The drainage system is compromised, but for now it's going to be an extended closure. We don't know how long until we're able to do an extensive analysis of the structure. Given the way it's built, it's a 2-truss span system, so it's truss structures on both sides of the bridge and nothing in the middle. So those balance out the entire bridge. So it's going to require us to do an extensive look at the steel structure to see when it will be safe to reopen it. And so that's all the information we have at this time. I'll turn it over to Deep, I believe.
Hello, I'm Richard Swan from the Emergency Response Unit from Connecticut Deep. Our prayers go to the family of the deceased. We responded with our unit and worked in conjunction with local fire departments that did a phenomenal job collecting the fuel as soon as it hit the water. Working in conjunction with the Valley Shore Chiefs, we were able to bring boom trailers in, and we were able to deploy a double set of booms, including a third set of absorbent booms, and collect what we're estimating about 85% of what hit the water. We're going to be working through, it'll take a few days to do it, but we feel pretty good about what we've got, and that's where we're at the time. Turn it over. Okay.
At this time, are there any questions?
Yeah, can you definitely confirm the driver of the truck died?
So what I can tell you is that it's still under investigation. Serious injuries have been reported, and again, more information will follow up as we get more information in our office.
Do you know how many people were in the passenger vehicle?
Not at this time. We do know that there was an off-duty police officer that had, thankfully, was in the area and was able to render aid to the individual that was in that vehicle.
What do we know about the commercial vehicle itself? Was it an 18-wheeler or was it more of a home delivery type service?
So our commercial unit is up there, a truck unit. They're up there. They're investigating the vehicle, and again, once we get more information, we will put that on our website.
Fuel tanker though?
It was a fuel tanker, yes.
Home heating fuel or what kind of?
Again, that's information that hasn't been provided to us. It's still up there and ongoing, and hopefully we can get more information to you later on today.
Does Deep know? Is it home heating fuel?
Yeah, it was the number 2 heating fuel. It's referred to as a house-to-house truck. It can hold up to 2,800 gallons. We don't know what was in it at the time of the crash.
Do you have a name of a company?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Again, hopefully that should be a part of our release later on today.
It was just the passenger vehicle and that truck? Though?
Yes, ma'am.
So the injuries that happened
Oh, hold on.
passenger vehicle?
I'm sorry?
The silver car was the passenger vehicle?
Yes.
The injuries that happened were only the ones that happened on top of the bridge, nothing below.
That's my understanding, yes.
And how many people in that passenger vehicle were injured?
We just know that there was another vehicle involved. I don't have how many individuals were injured or how many were in that vehicle at this time.
I know you said you don't know how long it'll be until southbound lanes open. Do you have any sense, like, are we looking at hours, days?
Well, I think between our accident reconstruction team, our CARS unit, and what DOT needs to do, depending on what they find for, if there's any structural damage, they'll be able to determine how long that lane will be closed for.
But
that
we
side.
believe that the wheel came off the passenger vehicle and that's what caused the crash?
Again, that's what has been reported to us, but again, it's still an investigation that's ongoing, and hopefully we will have more information for you later on today in our press release.
What's the impact on Amtrak?
I haven't heard anything from Amtrak. I know we reached out to them. They are closed. No, they have been notified. Yep.
Yeah, there's delays.
There has been delays.
Are
Yep.
you guys looking at possibly converting the northbound lane into two-way traffic?
So our team has looked at whether that's physically feasible. We believe the bridge can carry bidirectional traffic. We would need to do some load rating testing to ensure that it would be safe. So at this time, we're not 100% certain whether this is possible.
But it's something you're exploring?
Yes.
Okay.
What are the other alternate routes that you would recommend people take in the meantime?
CSP, do you want to?
Is somebody from this area? Yes.
So traffic's going to be a little difficult for a while. The Mohegan Bridge, which is up Route 12, takes you over is the next bridge over the Thames River. Folks from Groton can come up Route 117 and not take a bridge and go up through Mashantucket and over by Foxwoods in that area to pick up Route 2 as well. But if folks are traveling on 95, trying to get from New London over to Groton or Rhode Island or Boston, it is going to be inconvenient. But while we're all inconvenienced, someone did pass away. So let's try to be aware that we're just inconvenienced, and we'll, within hopefully hours or a few days, get that all worked out.
For the condition, I know for the person or people in the passenger vehicle, we were said non-life threatening. Is there any more information on the nature or extent of their injuries?
Not at this time.
So the off-duty cop at that point was the one who was able to get that person out of the car
And render aid, yes.
and render it.
Yes.
Has there been any talks about like different kinds of boat transportation to carry people across the river in the meantime?
Not that I know of, no. No.
Mayor, do you want to talk?
I just received a phone call that the Thames River Heritage Park has been contacted for the 3 vessels, the Groton, the New London, and the Namiog. I don't know what's going to happen with that and whether or not that'll actually happen, and if it does happen, what does that mean? But I do know there are discussions with them, but I do not know the details of the discussion or for what purposes of a discussion.
Thank you. And then for Deep, I have another question. Environmental concern. I know you said that the oil in the water collected, you think about 85% of that. What about soil? Any concern there? And any with the fumes? What should people be concerned about that?
Okay,
Please, thank you.
yeah, sorry about that. So, yes, some did hit the ground, and not just in the water, and that will be remediated by our contractors under our direction. As far as the air goes, the fire department had their four gas monitors in place. There is no concern of fumes at this point in time, and anything that has hit the ground will be removed and taken away and restored back to the way it was before the incident.
Thank you. And I know I just asked you this, but it's correct to call it home heating oil.
Home heating oil, it's referred to as number 2 home heating fuel.
Any idea how many pedestrians use that walkway that's now obviously compromised?
I don't have an exact number. It is heavily utilized by individuals at the Coast Guard Academy, as well as the naval base, who use it, throughout the day. It is closed. We've fenced it off on both sides, so there can be no access.
And that guardrail, it melted?
The fencing on the outer edge did melt. Yes.
Was there any caving of the bridge at all, or what was the damage to the bridge?
We don't know. That's what we need to get in there and get underneath the bridge and inspect it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you.